everybody, it's Tash here. I am here today with my second attempt at a review of the KVD Good Apple Concealer, but also I was watching a YouTuber and they said that the Maybelline 30-hour Superstay is a dupe. So we're going to do a quick review of this. I have been using it for a while, as well as see if it is really a dupe. That is why I'm close in. I have my skincare on and my foundation on, and we'll jump into this in just a second. For those of you that are returning, thank you so very much for being a part of the family and supporting me, subscribing, commenting, just joining me for all the videos. I really am so very grateful. It means such a lot. For those of you that are new here, welcome. My name is Tasha, and on my channel I do all things makeup. Unboxings, reviews, try-ons, all different things. I would love for you to subscribe and join the family. Without any more talk, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So let's start first with the KVD Good Apple Concealer. I know the foundation went viral, and I have not tried the foundation, but actually the foundation that I have on is the dupe for it, which is that oil of CoverGirl Mature Skin Foundation that it is in the little cup thing. This is in the shade 107 Light. I will say with the KVD Good Apple Concealer, the shades run very light. I should have gone a little bit darker. I will go ahead and show you the container. It is beautiful. I do like that the bottom is the actual color, and then initially I was thinking it was a dropper, but it is not. That is just the shape of the wand. It opens up and you can see this is a different type of a doe foot. They say it is supposed to mimic your finger, so it almost looks like the tip of a finger right there with the concealer on it. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch this for you. It is still extremely light, even though it is 107. It is very light feeling. It doesn't feel heavy. The claims for this are, it says crease resistant, no cake, full coverage infused with apple extract to help nourish skin. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on and I'm reading this like that. But those are the claims of the Good Apple KVD Under Eye Concealer. I will say it is very light feeling. It does wear well. Although I found that some of my inner corner when I wore it would kind of wear away or not stay as far as coverage, whether I set it or not. It did crease on me, but pretty much everything creases on me. So that's a quick down and dirty review. I do like it. I don't know that I would repurchase it. I think that there are other concealers that are similar or the same that work better for me. And that's my quick review. I have also been using this Superstay Maybelline 30-hour concealer, and I'm going to bring this up real quick and tell you the claims of this. Okay, so at Walmart it is $9.97, and the claims for this is up to 30-hour wear, full coverage, matte, transfer resistant, provides a second skin. Okay, so my battery just died, sorry. So it is 30-hour wear. It is supposed to be crease proof, transfer resistant. It is supposed to be like a second skin, so very similar to the claims for the KVD Good Apple. I will swatch this. It's in 10 is the shade that I have. It actually is a really good shade for me. It's not quite as light as the KVD Good Apple, and you can see that I've put them right next to each other. And it's a little bit of a different tone. The KVD is just a little more yellow, I feel like. I could be wrong there. At any rate, we are going to try both of these. I have been loving, although I do have my Rare Beauty concealer brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush. by Crown. And I have just been loving this because it is perfect for the under eye. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to put the Maybelline Superstay on this eye. I'm going to put the KVD Good Apple on this eye. And we will put it on. I'll show you what I think. We'll do a wear test, and then we'll come back to see, number one, what do we think about the Good Apple concealer overall? And then, is it really a dupe? Because if it is, $10 compared with a higher end, I think this is $29, is a pretty darn good deal. Let me grab a mirror real quick. I will get just a smidge closer, even though I already am pretty close, and then we'll go to town. Okay, I am scooted in closer. I have my little mirror here. And like I said, we are going to start off with the Maybelline on this eye, KVD on this eye. So let's do KVD first. Since we're kind of doing a review for that overall. I do love this applicator. That finger-like applicator is beautiful. It does not get a ton of product on there. I will absolutely tell you, you only need just the smallest amount. So I'll put a little bit there and a little bit there. Because it is so light, I'm not going to use a ton. And then I'm going to use my little brush here, and we are going to kind of work it out. And you will be able to see that it is very, very light on me. I mean, just, I guess that's the trend right now, so we're going with the trend. At any rate, we're just kind of working it in here. It is going to be too light for my foundation because it is so light. So definitely go into the store to buy it if you can. If you cannot, just realize these shades are much lighter than they look online, because this is 107 and it is extremely light. You can see a little bit goes a long way. I have just done that little smidge, and I've actually done too much because I have forgotten how well it covers, and just a little bit goes a long way. I feel like I look like a raccoon. At any rate, you can see that it covers fairly well. For me, would not say that this is a completely full coverage. I do feel like I can see some of my veins and things like that coming through, although I do need just a little bit of a color corrector at times. And I do have the Benefit Boing, the newer concealer. I can't remember what it's called. I'm loving that. I'll do a review on that shortly. But there is the KVD Good Apple. It does feel extremely lightweight. It does, if you let it sit for a while, end up setting where you wouldn't have to set it. But for me, if I don't set things, my mascara will transfer down all of the time. So I do always set my eye, and we'll do that shortly. So there is the KVD Good Apple side. I am going to put just a little bit kind of right here. That was too light right there. And just a little bit right there, and kind of work it. And you can see that this is just a little bit goes a long way, so please remember that when you're putting it on. Use a little, not a lot. More is not always better. Although that's hard for me to remember sometimes. I know my hair is a mess. I just washed it, so when I come back later on for my check-in, it'll actually be done. We are just getting this done early so that I can do a long wear test. It is about 7 o'clock right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Maybelline Superstay on this side. It is more of a buildable coverage concealer, and definitely a better tone for me. So we're going to put that on right there. And you can see I've used just a little bit more than the other side. I am taking my brush and kind of, no, let's use my Rare Beauty. Hang on. Okay, so I'm switching brushes. I'm going to use my Rare Beauty concealer brush. It is, although it doesn't look clean, it is clean. And we are going to go ahead and just blend this in on this side. It has sat for just a second, so that'll provide just a little better coverage. But this is definitely a light medium when you first put it on, but buildable. So, and it does not go quite as far as the KVD Good Apple. So you can see just in that second, I did put more on this side, and it is not going as far compared with the KVD Good Apple. It is very, very light, just like the KVD Good Apple. It does feel really, really nice on the skin. I am just going to put a little bit more kind of right here where my darkness is. And again, it does build fairly well. I make weird faces when I blend makeup, don't I? Okay, so they're very, very similar as far as coverage, I feel like. I definitely think that I like this side better, but that is just starting out, and some of that is because of the color, because this is so, so light. I am now going to go ahead and set it. This is what I always set my under eyes with. It is the Laura Mercier Under Eye Brightening Powder, and I'm going to use my beautiful little puff from Amazon. And so first things first, I did switch back to my crown brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I blend out all of those creases that may have settled into my under eyes, and I'm looking kind of down as I do it. I'm going to continue to look down, except for I got to switch hands. Okay, so let's do this. Continue to look down, make sure that we have everything blended out because you do not want to set wrinkles in. I am then going to take a little bit of the Laura Mercier powder with my puff, and I am just going to literally press it in. And there you go, you can see. Did not change the color at all. It did kind of help smooth it out right along here where there was that transition. I haven't powdered the rest of my face, so I still need to powder my foundation, but I wanted to get under eyes done first. I'm going to now switch to my Rare Beauty brush. I'm going to do the same thing, so we're going to work those lines out, make sure I have everything smooth. We are then going to take my powder puff and press it in. And there we go. So those are both sides Maybelline Good Apple. I do think that they both look fairly nice. Again, much lighter color, so it's a little bit harder for me on this side to compare, and I get that. However, overall, I do think the coverage is fairly comparable. I do think both under eyes look fairly smooth right now, although we do have some creasing right there on this Good Apple side. We are going to go ahead. It is almost 8 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and jump off the camera. I'll finish my face. I'll come back on. I do need to set my foundation, put blush, bronzer, all of that stuff on. And then I will wear this all day and we'll see which side is better. Is it a dupe? And do we even like the Good Apple? I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back. It is 8:06 right now. I did kind of put some quick, set my foundation with my It Bye Bye Pores. I have the Complex Culture blush that I just got from a BoxyCharm pop-up or whatever you want to call it on the cheeks. And then I did really, really simple eye. I did not put anything on the under eye because we really want to see how the under eye concealer works. This is the Plain Jane Remastered with just a little kind of brownie pink in the corner. This multi-chrome from Plain Jane Remastered, and I will do a review on that. Palette is just beautiful. That, I don't know if you can see it change on the screen, but it is just gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. Anyways, we did put, I just closed my eyes in my mascara. It's the Thrive mascara. Isn't quite dry, and sometimes that happens for me. So Maybelline Good Apple. I do think that the Good Apple looks really nice so far. I don't think, I mean, there is a little bit of creasing, but it's minimal. All the coverage is still there. It did blend really well in with my foundation. This side, we are looking just a smidge patchy right there, but not bad. I do think that the color is just a little better of a match for me. I do not think it blended quite as well with my foundation there. So that's my 2 cents about that. I will check back in. I'm going to wear this all day. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts and we'll decide what we think. All right, I am doing my final check-in. It is 3:50 right now, and it's been on for 8 hours. If we remember, we have the Maybelline under this eye, the KVD under this eye. I have not touched my makeup up or in, wow, that didn't even come out right. I have not touched my makeup up at all. I haven't felt the best. I was laying down for a little bit, but just kind of checking. So under the KVD, I do, and I don't know why this happens with the KVD for me, but it does just wear away on that inner corner just a little bit, and it kind of darkens up just a smidge right there where my dark circles are. But otherwise, it looks fairly decent. There are, of course, wrinkles, and I'll get real up close and personal in just a second. But that always happens for me no matter what. I do moisturize my eyes. I do everything. I have not tried the Revolution line fix, fine line fix for the under eyes. So that is my next thing because I've heard some good things about it. The other eye, Maybelline, I feel like looks really similar. We have very similar wearing away just on that inner corner, but a lot less than on this side. We do have some wrinkles, but again, they both are pretty even. So I would say that both look about the same. I do think that the Maybelline wears a little better as far as longevity. But again, it's a little bit darker. This started out a little bit lighter, so I'm not sure if that will make a difference there. I do like the KVD Good Apple. I do really like it. I do really like the Maybelline. I like them both for different reasons. I think that they are similar. I would not call them exact dupes, but I do think they're similar. They're similar in the texture. They're very, very lightweight. I do think that they both wear well. So if you did not want to spend the $28 or $29 on the KVD Good Apple, the Maybelline 30 Hour is a good option, but I would not say that they're exactly the same. This is definitely a more medium to full coverage right off the bat, and you saw that as soon as I put it on. This is more of a light medium buildable formula, but again, you can build it up to get the same coverage and the same ultimate look as the KVD Good Apple. So it depends on what you call dupe kind of thing. I do think they're really, really similar. So at any rate, I like both of them. I tend to reach for the Maybelline a little more just because I think that it wears a little better and looks a little better at the end of the day on my eyes and my fine lines. But again, that's me. Let me get real up close and personal here. Hang on one second. Okay, so we are super up close and personal, Maybelline KVD, and you can see that with the Maybelline, I do think there's a little less wearing than the KVD. I get some wearing right here with that KVD that it's kind of worn off. I do find some darkening right here, but again, overall, I do think that both sides look very similar and look good for an 8-hour wear under the eyes. I don't think that either are bad options if you wanted them. So definitely both good. I enjoy both and use both consistently. I do think that I would get a lighter, goodness gracious, no ma'am, a little bit of a darker shade in the KVD, and I think I would like it even better. Again, note to the wise, if you are buying the KVD, just be careful of those online swatches. They, at least for me, were not super accurate. Okay, much more reasonable distance here, not quite so close to the camera. That is my review both for the KVD Good Apple as well as the Maybelline, and are they dupes? Let me know what you think. Have you tried either of these concealers? Do you really enjoy them? And do you think that they are dupes or similar enough that you could call them dupes? Again, I think they're similar. Buy this instead of, but I don't know that they're exact dupes, but both wear well. Enjoy both. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I loved having you here with me. Thank you again for joining me. Please stay safe, stay happy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.